Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Blessing Sule, aka the Fertile Mom. So I just wanted to share my life experience with you guys. I'm sure it will help someone, and I'm sure by the title of the video you already know what that is, and I'm sure that's what brought you here. How infertility made me a millionaire, and I want to encourage you to take advantage of your current situation, because a lot of women, a lot of girls, a lot of men are going through situations that they think this is the end of the world, but sometimes God just wants to use that to bless you. You know, we've been praying a lot. Father, I want to be this, I want to be that, I want to be this. And sometimes we think our blessings will come in a way like Santa used to come for children. You pray, and then when they wake up, they'll see gifts under the tree. But if you are focused, you understand that God is the one talking to you. So let's get into my story. I got married in 2015, October 17 to be precise, and then it makes us 5 years this year by the special grace of God. After marriage, we're freestyling because we knew that pregnancy can happen anytime. Before we got married, my husband would go, maybe we should wait 6 months. I'm like, no, I don't think we should wait. I want to get pregnant immediately. So at the end of the day, we came to an agreement that, okay, we'll start trying to conceive immediately. In short, we will conceive immediately. We are not trying. We don't have fertility challenges in our mind. So 5 months passed, and then no pregnancy, and then subsequently miscarriages started happening. I don't want to go into serious details to make this video over long, and then we started going to hospital and all that, and then nothing was working. And at this time, I started reading books. I started praying. I was so close to God. And all my life, when I was going out with my husband, we went out for 7 good years before we got married. We were friends before we now started falling in love and all that. So we'll gist, we'll fast, we'll pray, we'll talk about what we want to come and be after we get married, where we want to take our children to Paris and all that. But man, there was no kobo in our pocket. And none of our parents have that kind of money to come and take us to Paris, because they are 6, we are 5. I don't understand. Who did they want to leave, and they'll come and be sponsoring just me and you, so that the other ones will get us, so you don't love us. You know, only these two. We were thinking of making that happen for ourselves, but at this time, this was fate, and we trying to see what can we do to get to this point that we can go on this trip with our children, because in our mind we did not have fertility challenge, and we are not going to have it by the grace of God. But as life we have it, we struggle to conceive. And then at this time, I had worked in a crèche before, so I loved crèche. So I was even planning on starting a crèche. Everything was in place, but because I was trying to conceive and I was so distracted, sometimes I would be sad. But looking back, I enjoyed those moments because I was so close to God. I would read books. When my husband come back from work, I would be gisting him, explaining the books to him. I would just be telling him the books of heart. I think I was doing NYC by this time. Yes, I was doing NYC. And I would go to work some days. I would not work. My boss was so flexible. He loved me so much, like I was his granddaughter. So some days he said, Blessing, just stay at home. Don't worry, they're not doing anything. It was a government parastatal. You know, Nigeria now. Sometimes even they don't come there. So he would not want me to go there. So in this moment, that was even when I became close to God. I started even speaking in tongues at this time. Imagine the transformation. This was a gradual process. I started speaking in tongues because it was my desire. I had prayed for this for long, but it was when I became closer to God that He came. That was when I started speaking in tongues. I even came and gisted my husband. He was so happy, and his own came. And now his fire is more than my own. I don't understand. How did it happen like that? Is it because I have children now and I'm not? I'm sure that is why. Let me console myself with that one. So after we traveled, let me cut the story short, and we traveled, and I got solution to our problem. For those of you who don't know me, I went to India to look for the solution as well, because my aunt, who I had grown up with, was suffering from cancer of the brain, and then I had to travel with her to India because I was the only one without a child, my dear. So I was the only one available to travel. Every other person was pregnant, or was nursing, or was that, or was busy with a serious job. Only Blessing was available. But you know what? God was preparing me for something, so he made me available. And then I traveled to India with her, and then I underwent my own treatment and all that, but it didn't work. But then when I found natural fertility, I came back and I got pregnant. And that was the beginning of my transformation. This infertility journey continued for over a year. When I came back and I got pregnant, God began doing something in me. I started thinking, oh, I think somebody else will be going through this challenge. I gave birth and my son was about 2 months, and then this hit so hard. Do you know that I wanted to divert because I had not gotten the message from God? So a family member promised to help me to start up a business, like a foodstuff business where I can sell rice, tomatoes and all that. And I'd already gone to look for a shop near my house. I was so excited. And then God sent another family member to tell her, don't help her. Don't help her at all, because if you do, I'll have a problem with you. Then she didn't help me again. And then later on, she stopped answering my calls. I was so frustrated. I was so sad. I'll cry with my husband. Why is everything not working? My husband said, no. Let me tell you one thing about my husband. He's very optimistic. He changed my perspective about life right from just 7 years ago before we got married. I will be so down. I will be complaining, and he'll say no. And I'll turn and look at him, and I'm not seeing the money you have. I'm not seeing where this thing will come from. And then you are so optimistic. You are so positive. He told me that, see, God doesn't do things without a reason. There should be a reason for this. It might look rosy, but I don't know what God is protecting us from. Before this, let me tell you, we were looking for a house. We wanted to change houses. By then, we had not conceived. And we got a house. Oh my goodness. This house was everything. Sure, 2 houses. And then we didn't pay for. Somebody else paid before us. I cried. My husband said, no, I shouldn't worry. I will be surprised the next house we get, I will not even be able to compare it. And my dear, when we got the new house, oh God, it was as if they built that house for us. These houses I was crying for, one of them had no water. The other one had no electricity. And it was a major concern. You see, within 1 year, 4 families lived in these 2 houses. And we lived in that house for 3 years without any problem, no neighbors disturbing us. Back to the story. And then this family member did not help. And my husband told me that God has a better reason. And this business passed. And this was when I started focusing. My husband would go to work and I'll be at home alone with Elijah. If I remember, I'll show you his picture. I will be at home alone with Elijah. And he was just 2 months. And I'll be praying. I'll just hold him and be going up and down the room, praying and asking God for direction. This name, Fertile Moms. If you are not following me on Instagram, you can check me out at Fertile Moms. It came from God. I was praying and it dropped. And at this point, I wanted to teach how to track your ovulation. How women go through, like, I don't know when I'm ovulating. I don't know what a menstrual cycle is. That was the only thing I wanted to teach. I was not gisting my husband about the topic, and I told him that it's not every woman that sees this fertile mucus that stretches. My husband said, why? I said, because some of them have infertility challenges, hormonal imbalance, stress and all that. My husband said, okay, so what do you think can be done that these people will see their fertile mucus, or they will ovulate? For those who are not ovulating, and I'll say we'll have to put them through the things we went through, we ate, we did and all that. And my husband says, okay, so how about you include that instead of just teaching them a part? And I said, oh, that's true. And then my husband went to work and I created an Instagram page, and then all that started happening. And by the special grace of God, today I went to school, studied everything concerning what I need to know about health, fertility and everything concerning this. And in my first year of helping people to solve their infertility challenges, I made more than 10 million Nigerian naira. And this is 2nd year counting. I'm almost at 30 million naira. Which government work would have given me almost 30 million naira in 2 years? Maybe they are, but I don't know. I'm sure they will. A lot of people will have them. But how many people in Nigeria are doing a job of 30 million naira in 2 years? And then other things are coming. People paying for adverts, people calling me to do this and do that for them. The exposure, the relationship I have with people, and then the business is expanding. This is just 2 years progress I'm talking about. And then taking advantage of your current situation. Sometimes when you are in this thing, God wants you to listen to him. Just be calm. Just be asking God, Father, what do you think I can do? Start exploring, be writing your experiences. Sometimes when you come and open this book, it is in that experiences you are writing that you say, oh my goodness, this is it for me. You might be doing a particular thing for 10, 20, 15 years, but when you open your journal, you say, this is it for me. This is what God wants me to do. If God had given us these children when we're looking for them, we wouldn't have been here today. So if you have heard my story and you are encouraged, please, you need to pray to God for your own direction. Don't go and tell God to give you infertility challenge so that you have money. It might be any other thing. Some people have lost businesses. Some people have lost loved ones who were doing business. You can easily start a foundation in their name. There are a lot of things that you can do. There are people who can start foundations because they've lived with people who don't have parents, and they are the ones that are catering for them. Like, you give them food, these children that are poor, children that are widows, you can just start a foundation. Okay, let's care for widows, let's care for the less privileged, and you see it will take you from there. So I hope you enjoy my story. If you are new here, my name is Blessing Sule once again. I'm a fertility coach and health coach and a fertility nutritionist. I help people who are trying to conceive naturally through lifestyle changes and adjustments, supplements, multivitamins, and natural therapies that help them and improve their success to at least 80%, and then we teach them how to know exactly when they are ovulating so that they can meet their husbands at the right time, how to select the sex of their children in case they have any sex in mind, and how to avoid pregnancy naturally. So if you have any fertility issue or you know somebody who needs our services, please, they can send us a DM on Instagram at Fertile Moms, or I'll put my WhatsApp number there. They can send WhatsApp message. Thank you all. Bye.